A strong second single is crucial for sustaining the momentum generated by a successful lead single. However, even some of the biggest names in the industry have experienced the disappointment of a second single that didn't quite live up to expectations. In the last video, we looked at 10 singles that flopped, and in this video, we look at 10 more. Perfume by Britney Spears. After the success of Work Bitch as the lead single from her 2013 album Britney Jean, Britney opted for a more vulnerable and emotional track with Perfume as the second single. Co-written by Sia, the song showcased the softer side of Britney, focusing on insecurity in a relationship. However, it did not perform well on the charts, peaking at a modest number 76 on the Billboard Hot 100, a significant drop from the number 12 peak of Work Bitch. Internationally, it failed similarly, barely making a dent on the charts in major markets like the UK and Australia. Critics were divided, with some praising the rawness of the lyrics, while others felt it lacked the punch of a typical Britney single. Unfortunately, the song was kind of a flop, making it one of her most forgettable songs. Woohoo by Christina Aguilera and Nicki Minaj. Christina's 2010 album Bionic was meant to be a futuristic, edgy reinvention of the pop diva. The album's lead single Not Myself Tonight aimed to reintroduce her as a provocative and boundary-pushing artist. However, it underperformed, setting the stage for the second single Woohoo to try and salvage the project. Featuring Nicki Minaj, it was a sexually charged track that highlighted Christina's vocals and Nicki's rapid-fire verses. Despite being a collaboration between two big artists, the single failed to gain traction. It peaked at number 79 on the Billboard Hot 100 and didn't chart in the UK, and lack of promotion from the label. The song may have been too ahead of its time, and the Bionic era was already struggling to find its footing. Either way, the song quickly faded from the charts, making it a flop in Christina's career. Boy I Need You by Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey has been known for her string of chart-topping hits, but even the most successful artists have their missteps. After the release of Through the Rain, the lead single from her 2002 album Charm Bracelet, she released Boy I Need You as a follow-up. The song, which sampled Cam'ron's Oh Boy, was a departure from her usual ballad-heavy singles, leaning more into a hip-hop influenced sound. Despite its catchy hook and innovative production, it failed to replicate the success of her earlier singles. It peaked at a disappointing number 68 on the Billboard Hot 100, but managed to peak at number 17 in the UK. She was attempting to diversify her sound, but the song lacked the classic Mariah touch. Its poor performance was a clear sign that the Charm Bracelet era was not connecting, making Boy I Need You a notable flop in her discography. Freedom by Nicki Minaj. Following the high-energy infectious starships, Nicki took a more introspective approach with Freedom, the second single from the reissue of Pink Friday Roman Reloaded the Re-Up in 2012. The song was a stark contrast to the party anthem she was known for at the time, offering a glimpse into the challenges she faced as a rising superstar. However, the song did not quite connect with the audience. It did not manage to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 or the UK Singles Chart. While it was praised for its lyrical depth, it lacked the commercial appeal of her earlier hits that contributed to its underperformance, as fans seemed more interested in the larger-than-life persona she had cultivated. Ultimately, Freedom stands as a flop for Nicki early in her career. Do What You Want by Lady Gaga and R. Kelly. When Lady Gaga released Applause as the lead single from her 2013 album Art Pop, it was met with mixed reactions, but managed to secure a top 10 spot on the Billboard Hot 100. For the second single, she chose Do What You Want, a collaboration with R. Kelly that featured a sultry and R&B influenced sound. Despite its initial promise, it failed to make a significant impact. The single peaked at number 13 on the Billboard Hot 100, which was kinda low for her at the time, compared to her previous singles like Bad Romance and Born This Way. Its performance was further hampered by the controversy surrounding R. Kelly's involvement, leading to the song's eventual removal from streaming platforms in 2019. Internationally, the song performed moderately well in some markets, but failed to reach the heights expected from a Lady Gaga single. The lackluster performance of Do What You Want was a sign of the struggles art pop faced, as the era failed to live up to expectations on the charts. Look at Her Now by Selena Gomez. After the massive success of Selena's comeback single Lose You to Love Me, which hit #1 on the Billboard Hot 100. Expectations were high for the follow-up. Look at Her Now, released in 2019, was an upbeat self-empowerment anthem that showcased her growth. However, despite the positive message and catchy production, the song failed to replicate the success of its predecessor. It peaked at #27 on the Billboard Hot 100 and quickly fell off the charts. Internationally, it performed moderately well, reaching the top 40 in a few countries, including #26 in the UK, but it did not make a lasting impact, only spending 4 weeks on the Billboard Hot 100 and falling off. First Love by Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez is no stranger to the ups and downs of the music industry, but First Love, the second single from her 2014 album AKA, was a surprising misstep. The lead single, I Love Your Poppy, had failed to make a significant impact, and First Love was the follow-up. Produced by hitmaker Max Martin, it was a pop banger with all the right elements, a catchy chorus and sleek production. However, it failed to perform on the charts. It peaked at a disappointing #87 on the Billboard Hot 100, making it one of her lowest charting singles in the US. Internationally, the song performed slightly better, peaking at #63 in the UK. It was far from the global smash she had hoped for. The lackluster performance of the song highlighted the challenges of the AKA era. Did It Again by Shakira. Shakira's She-Wolf album was an experimental project that saw the Colombian superstar blending her Latin roots with electronic and pop influences. The lead single She-Wolf became a global hit. However, the second single Did It Again didn't do as well. The song was unique in her discography, as it was an electro-pop banger produced by the Neptunes, but the song struggled to find its footing, not managing to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 and failing to make a significant impact in the US. It performed better internationally, especially in Shakira's home continent of Latin America and parts of Europe. It also managed to peak at #26 on the UK singles chart. The song's underperformance was a reminder of how difficult it can be to maintain momentum in pop music. Fly on the Wall by Miley Cyrus. Coming off the success of her breakout single 7 Things from her breakout album, Miley was riding high in 2008. Fly on the Wall was chosen as the second single, a track that showcased the darker and edgier side of her, with lyrics about invasion of privacy and the pressures of fame. However, the song's sound did not resonate with mainstream audiences in the same way 7 Things had. The song peaked at a disappointing #84 on the Billboard Hot 100. It did better internationally, managing to peak at #16 in the UK. The song's lack of commercial success was a bump in the road for Miley, who was still in the process of transitioning from her Hannah Montana days to a more mature pop artist. Made in the USA by Demi Lovato. Demi Lovato's 2013 single Heart Attack was a massive hit, peaking at #10 on the Billboard Hot 100 and solidifying her place as a major player in the pop world. The follow-up, Made in the USA, was a patriotic, feel-good anthem that seemed poised to continue her success. However, it did not quite hit the mark. The song peaked at #80 on the Billboard Hot 100, a far cry from the success of Heart Attack. Internationally, it had little impact, charting only in a few countries and failing to break into the top 40 anywhere, peaking at #89 in the UK. The underwhelming performance of the song was a disappointment for Demi and highlighted the challenges of following up a massive hit. What second singles did I miss? Tell me in the comments below.